It happens when you least expect it, in the shower, on a long walk, or in that strange, hazy moment just before you fall asleep. A solution to a problem you've been wrestling with for weeks, a perfect melody, a sudden, brilliant thought that seems to appear from nowhere. We call it a spark of genius, or an epiphany, as if it were a magical gift from the universe. But it's not magic. It's a machine, a biological and psychological machine with distinct, predictable parts. And today, we're going to take that machine apart. The first component in the anatomy of an idea is also the first myth we must debunk. Ideas are never created from nothing. You know the saying, "Nothing is new under the sun"? Yeah, that is true. Every idea you've ever had is a remix. It's a new combination of old things. The things are the raw materials stored in your brain, your memories, the books you've read, the conversations you've had, the skills you've learned, the mistakes you've made. Think of your brain as a library. A genius isn't someone who can create a book out of thin air. A genius is a librarian who has curated a vast and diverse collection and knows, on some level, where everything is. The quality of your ideas is a direct reflection of the quality of the raw materials you feed your brain every day. So, if all the materials are already in our heads, why do our best ideas arrive when we're not thinking about them? This brings us to the second component, the incubation chamber. Neuroscientists call it the default mode network, also known as DMN, or DAM. When you're intensely focused on a task, you're using your brain's executive network. But when you relax, when your mind is free to wander, your brain switches to this default mode. This is your brain's background processing. In this state, it isn't focused on the outside world. Instead, it's busy connecting the dots inside your own head, forming loose, subconscious associations between all those raw materials you've stored. It's the librarian, wandering the stacks at night, noticing that a book on ancient history might have something to say to a book on modern physics. This subconscious process of connection can go on for hours, days, or even years. And then something happens. The aha moment, the epiphany. This is the third component, the spark. Neuroscientists have actually seen this happen in the brain. Just before a person reports a moment of insight, there is a sudden burst of high-frequency electrical activity called a gamma wave. It's the neurological sign of a new neural network being born. But an idea that stays in one person's head isn't much of an idea at all. For it to have power, it needs one final component, a vessel. In 1976, the evolutionary biologist Richard Dawkins coined a term for this, a meme. Not just the internet jokes we think of today, but any unit of culture that can replicate itself. An idea needs a vessel to travel in. A word, a story, an image, a formula, a melody. The vessel is the package that makes the idea transmissible. It's what allows the thought inside your head to get inside someone else's. This is the moment an idea takes on a life of its own, evolving and adapting as it spreads from mind to mind. So, there it is, the full anatomy of an idea. It begins with the raw materials you collect throughout your life. It's then subconsciously combined in the incubation chamber of your default mode network. This leads to the spark of insight, when a new connection becomes conscious. And finally, it's packaged into a vessel that allows it to spread. This tells us something profound about creativity. It's not a magical gift bestowed upon a chosen few. It is a process. It's a process you can cultivate, not by trying to force a spark, but by building a better library, and then giving your mind the quiet space it needs to connect the dots. If you found that idea interesting, subscribe to that for more explorations into the human experience. And tell us in the comments, where do you get your best ideas? Thanks for watching.